Nintendo Switch. Switch Lite in this case. What can I say? This thing was fun for the 3 games that I own for it. Maybe it's 4 games at this point. Let's see. Hot Pursuit, Sniper Elite, and Mario. Oh, Sniper Elite 4. There you go. That's what I was playing with recently. Now, I liked this at the time, but I bought this. Yep, a Steam Deck, and let me tell you, this is so much better than the Nintendo. Hear me out. If you like Nintendo, if you like Nintendo games, if you like their catalog, by all means, the Switch is fantastic. Get an OLED Switch and you're probably playing fun games and having a good time. I don't like their catalog. Their catalog games kind of sucks. I don't really enjoy playing the sort of fun little indie games, I guess. I mean, I like some, but not a whole lot. So, like, this just realized my dream. I wanted Grand Theft Auto, a recent one, in a handheld. And I've gone so far as try to do it on a laptop, which is fine, but you gotta carry a laptop with you, and that's kind of annoying when you when you want to just casually go and mess around in the city. I've done remote play from my home. Doesn't really work well. My internet's a little bit iffy from time to time. This is like an amazing value. I think the OLED Switch is cheaper than this, but the OLED Switch doesn't give you a full-on APU. The OLED Switch doesn't give you a Steam library to play. Which, like, look, I get it. If you enjoy Nintendo stuff, that's cool. But Nintendo's stance on backwards compatibility and all sorts of whatever, it's annoying at best. It's infuriating at worst, really. I can't stand it. Like, I honestly cannot stand it. Everything's a cartridge, everything's its own thing. That's fine, cool. Let me, I don't know, carry the license over to the Switch from my 3DS for the games I was playing on that. Shouldn't be that hard. I already have a Nintendo account, right? Like, it shouldn't be that big a deal. You tie the license to my account. That's about it. If that game pops up in the 3DS shop or pops up on the 3DS side of it, fine. Take it off my account. It can't be that difficult in Nintendo. That's it. It should be really, really simple. But they won't allow that. When this thing dies, and look, all game consoles die, handhelds die eventually, probably far quicker than your computer or your Xbox or whatever that's sitting in the house. But this thing will die. That's it. That's the truth of it, right? Either the battery goes bad, you screw up the screen, or whatever. Fine, cool. You go into your Steam library, and you can still play your games. You can play them on your computer. You can play them through remote play. You can get another one. When the new Steam Deck comes out, I'm sure there's another one coming out. You can upgrade. That's amazing. It's almost like Valve kind of wants to care about gamers. They want to care about your experience in some ways. I'm not saying this thing's perfect. Oh my god, this thing has got so many weird things going on with it. The battery life's like an hour and a half to 3 hours, depending on what settings you use. The vibration intensity is a little bit weird. It's kind of really soft. I don't know if that can be fixed. I've tried turning it up, and it doesn't seem to make too much of a difference. These right here, I try to find a use for them, but it doesn't really work out. Did I mention the battery? The battery life sucks. I mean, sure, it's an LCD, but it's decent looking LCD. I'm not gonna knock it for that. It's fine. Um, SteamOS. SteamOS is kind of weird. Um, I know the Proton has like different versions of the compatibility layer. I had to switch to a beta version to play some kind of older games, but you can make them work. And what's more interesting to me is you can change the controller settings for these games. Like you can go in and reassign the buttons. That doesn't matter for like games that have controller support built into them. But in the case of shoot, let's say, come on, take the filter off. There we go. So in the case of stuff like, let's say, this MiG-29 game, super fun game, super old. I remember playing it back in like 2002 on, I think it was a Pentium 4 or something. Super old game. The graphics aren't the best, but it's kind of a nostalgia trip for me. The physics are decent enough, but it plays a lot more like just Ace Combat, right? It doesn't really take itself seriously like, say, DCS or Flight Simulator. But in the case of this thing, I had to go in and map the controller. That was a pain in my butt. My tip for anybody that has to go through that whole process, get yourself a Type-C to Type-A adapter, plug your mouse in. You will love yourself for that. You can use a mouse on the screen, whatever. In the case of like this long haul trucker game, I went to map the controller. I was like, I rolled my eyes, buckled myself down, getting ready to map the whole controller, and that's when I found out there's a section in Steam or SteamOS to get community layouts. Somebody, I don't even know who. I'm not sure who it was. I know I saw an actual I saw an actual name for the person that did it, but the community, like, you can get a little bit of a sense of a community with this thing, but somebody went in, mapped the whole controller, offers it up as a template to download, and then you can adjust it from there. That's awesome. I love that. Like this Battle Station Midway game, I'm looking forward to playing it. It sucks with the controller mapping currently. I'm probably gonna go and remap it. I don't have the time for it currently. Kind of like the game. It's it's old and it's stupid, but hey. Anyway, these are the games I've played on this thing. These are the things that'll work on it so far. Assetto Corsa. This doesn't have it. Project Cars. Really kind of, if you're into car simulation or car racing, whatever, those are the games you want to play, right? You can't play it on this. And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that this is an old tablet processor. They slapped a little fan on it, but at the end of the day, it's a Tegra processor. As far as I'm aware, that's either whatever they put in the Shield TV or into the Shield tablet. I don't remember which one it was. Either way, this runs, from what I can tell and from what, like, the random little things you see peeking through, This runs Android. An odd, heavily skinned, whatever, Nintendo version of Android, but I think it's Android. This thing runs Linux. I don't mean Linux like in the sense that Android's technically a Linux distro or a Unix distro. This runs actual full-on Linux. Like, it actually runs the Steam client. And now you see the issues with this. Yeah. See? Like, it actually runs. This is awesome. I love it. The fact that you can't do this with a Switch is really annoying. And once again, this is probably the best value in gaming that you can get. I know there's iNeo Next, and there's a whole bunch of other consoles that are taking this, doing a similar thing, with Windows loaded onto them. They don't do like the Linuxy stuff. And yeah, actually, if you can afford those things, go for it. Like, awesome. They're great. I'm fairly sure they're great. Most of them have far more powerful APUs than this. Some of them are starting to have like crazy mobile graphics cards and stuff. That's fine, but this is still the best value in gaming. You buy one of these, you probably don't need to go out and buy a whole lot of anything else. Like, this can be your console. You can play all the games you'd want. Oh, I'm not on Wi-Fi currently. I was gonna go down through the Steam store and see what else they got, but like, look, Ace Combat's on sale, or at least it was when I bought it. I've been playing through that game. It's really, really fun. You can play Metro. They have a lot of games that are compatible, even if they're not like 100% whatever. Like Grand Theft Auto isn't. They say it's playable, but not perfect. This game's launcher setup tool may require touchscreen or virtual keyboard or have difficult to read text. Okay, fine, whatever. The launcher for Rockstar, whatever, no big deal. This game has minor graphics display issues on Steam Deck. Yeah, if you go to like adjust volume, it'll hang up every once in a while. But this is far better than playing this. The Steam Deck is far better than playing the remastered abomination that is Grand Theft Auto series on this. I can't do it. Like, I liked Vice City, but then Vice City got screwed up by people. Yeah. I say buy one of these things. I'm super hyped to get one. I'm sorry this video is super rambly. Whatever. Didn't have time to do anything. Been moving a room and just busy with work, so this is what you get. And if y'all got any questions, please comment. Ask. I would be more than happy to talk about this thing. I'm super hyped on it. This is like a really, really cool, and like, this thing feels super solid too. I mean, like, this is almost like the plastic that you get on cameras, where you can feel it's really hard, but it's also like, let's see, how would AVE say it? BA6X or whatever. It feels like it might have a whole lot of glass fiber in it or something, because like at no point do I really feel like I'd break it. Oh, it's got back triggers. But look, if you haven't seen the Steam Deck or haven't seen a video about a Steam Deck yet, go watch an unboxing, go watch whatever. I can't really be bothered to make an unboxing video because, frankly, I've already unboxed this. I didn't buy this brand new. It came from eBay, and there's issues with that. By the way, please don't buy it from eBay. See that? I didn't want to wait the 2 weeks it would take to get one from Valve. So I ended up buying one that was quote-unquote played with for a couple of days. What the person selling forgot to mention was it's also been opened up. So naturally, what I need to do is open this thing up and make sure it's not just completely wrecked inside. Hey, that might be a video for another week. Anyways, comment anything you want. If you got concerns, sure. If you got questions about this, or hey, will it play X game? If I like the game, I might buy it and answer that question for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe.